putting on my
Y'all need to
gloves.
stick around and see these 13 points and 12
And the
months
crazy
of
thing
gardening
is that
growth.
I buy so many gloves every year. And then at some point, I only have a few.
Maybe I'll give it another day or two, and then I'm gonna pick it. That is a beautiful broccoli head. This is a 2024 gardening season wrap-up, and we are answering 13 questions as posed by the New Orleans gardener, Miss Linda. This also includes a compilation of snippets from some of our previous 2024 videos. Here we go. Question 1. Were there written plans for our 2024 garden? Did we have plans? Yes, written and unwritten. Check this out. The last snow date was February 17th, and it was a 2-day event and yielded about 2 to 4 inches of snow. However, as you can see, all of our plans were in place. Trellises, grow bags, green stalks, tomato cages, even winter sowing containers. We were ready to go. Did we improve upon our garden or change the garden layout? Yes, improvement beyond compare and great anticipation. Listen to this. Beans, peas, potatoes, tomatoes, thyme, basil, marigold. Listen to the captain. He just won't let me be great. Well, we overzealously tried to grow everything under the sun. Note to self, don't do that again. Spring has almost sprung. Get groceries going for my family. See the greenery, smell the fresh air. I'm on my way to get some garden soil, and I can feel the sun on my leg. Today it is 71 degrees. I'm gardening, y'all. And with a lot of hard work, the garden quickly went from this to this. Check it out. Number 3, what plants did we grow for the very first time, and will we grow them again? Truth be told, my family doesn't like okra, but I like it. And it's good in Creole dishes. It's a beautiful flower, see that? Okra is a diva though. It's temperamental to temperature and the way that you harvest it. And actually, I may have tried it once before, but this was the most successful year that I had because I think I paid more attention to it. There are different varieties, and we will definitely try it again. Blueberries. Can't wait to harvest some of size and enough to actually do something with them. I read that they need cross-pollination, so we purchased a couple different varieties, but I don't know if those were the best varieties for my zone. My bad. So there were blueberries, but no yields. The birds enjoyed them though, so we're going to put them to bed for the winter with a nice blueberry fertilizer, mulch, pruning, and a good watering. And then we'll end it with some sort of covering for protection. I want to talk to you about this choice sum that I planted. Wasn't really sure what it was, but I was real proud how it grew. As you can see, I had a nice little harvest there. Strawberries, sort of the same as the blueberries, not prolific in any way. I'm going to try again though, and I'll put them to bed for the winter, much the same as the blueberries. Moringa, hey, that baby want to live and flourish. She don't play with growth, let me tell you. I don't think it's a year-round tree for my area though, without great protection. I did harvest and make some tea bags that we can have over the winter, but I will grow it again next year, and perhaps I'll discover some other ways to better preserve it. Okay, let's talk medicinal herbs. Well, I will have to admit that I bit off a little bit more than I was ready to chew. As you can see, I grew a lot of different varieties. First, they didn't flourish well in those little pots, and for some, they required flowering, which is the essential medicinal component. But I didn't have any flowering that took place on some of those. For the plants that were successful, I didn't have a plan. Requirements could be that you have dedicated space for storage, which I don't. that you have sufficient storage containers for the longevity of whatever it is that you create. And most of all, you need to know what your intentions are for the usage, because that drives the method of storage and how it's all put together. So I may use some of the lightweight essential oils and reproduce some of these next time around, but I'm really not ready to be a pharmaceutical scientist, at least not yet. And finally, garlic is one of my favorites, and I will definitely try it again. Actually, I've already planted some, so don't judge me by these tiny samples. I plan to do better next time. Okay, now, what vegetable or fruit yielded the most produce in our 2024 garden? So there were a few actually, but the ones that bring the biggest smile to my face were peppers. Peppers, 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 and more peppers where that came from. Did you like that? We enjoyed a bounty of beautiful jalapenos in red, green, and purple. We also collected an abundance of Tabasco peppers from just one plant. I didn't even know what they were. You know your girl don't be labeling. I still need to make something out of that harvest. We harvested lots of cayenne pepper and dehydrated it, also made some powders and salts. We're still sorting through all of the Spanish habanero, but we're making good use of them in the kitchen. And these poblanos are a favorite too, for chili relleno. Number 5, did we have enough pollinators? But these bees are making a lot of noise over here. Now this gets interesting. During the summer, there were a number of bees, especially around the cucumbers. At one point, it got frightening to even go outside. There was so much buzzing going on. Then we determined that many were wasps and not bees. There was a nearby nest, so when we eradicated it, much of the pollination declined and the squash really suffered. Number 6, did we succession plant or did we plant once and done? I can stop right here, once and done. Nope, didn't succession plant. Number 7, did we have a watering schedule? I absolutely love to hand water my vegetable garden. It is so relaxing to me. The fact that my garden is small, hand watering does work. However, we did have a very hot summer and I could have overwatered or been inconsistent watering some plants. So as I learn more, plant differently, plant more, I may consider a drip irrigation at some point. 8, did we have an insect or animal problem? This just in, and information that you need to know. That was just a little teaser that I used in a video back in July. At that time, I was having a dickens of a time with a groundhog. Me and the groundhog were going back and forth in battle. Finally, I won, and he didn't come back. But I've seen him on the outside of the walls, all big and fat, even recently. So he must have found food somewhere else that he didn't have to fight so hard for. So there have been other battles in the garden with rabbits, chipmunks, snakes, cats, and occasionally a squirrel. However, for the most part, those skirmishes were small in comparison to the great battle of the Bliss backyard with the groundhog. Numero 9. Did we companion plant? If so, what did we plant? Well, going on what we read and also heard from some other gardeners, onions have a strong scent and can repel many pests. So therefore, onions were pretty much a mainstay all throughout the garden. We planted bunching onions in chives and enjoyed them in our meals. We used marigolds to attract beneficial insects, and we planted a lot of basil to, they say, repel certain pests and to also improve the growth of certain plants, such as our tomatoes. Number 10, what fruit or vegetable did we enjoy the most? So we enjoyed cucumbers immensely and my DIY trellises. And so I have another Jan-made trellis over here. These are the pickling cucumbers in this spot. Hopefully that's a positive sign. These here are mini cucumbers.
that I'm trying to trellis up because I have a couple of things in this planter.
This little plant gave us so many mini cucumbers. I just kept using them for juicing.
Handmade trellis here. So we'll see how they do, how everything holds up.
Well, things held up pretty good. We had several types of slicing cucumbers planted in this area, and as you saw, the pickling cucumbers on the other trellis. I made pickles for the first time, y'all, and they were a hit. The hardest part was keeping up with the harvest so the plants wouldn't go dormant. Those little guys like to hide on you. Number 11, what fruit or vegetable do we look forward to growing? There are a couple things that we really like. Tomatoes for the captain and purple eggplant for me. Aren't those beautiful? We had just an all right tomato season, nothing spectacular. We expected better. The next time we'll stick to the types of tomatoes that we like and to the types of tomatoes that our zone dictate. And also the types of tomatoes that would make good sauces and salsas for canning. And I just love the purple eggplant. There are so many uses for it. You can roast it, you can saute it, you can make my favorite, eggplant parmesan. Sometimes I like just frying it up and just eating it all by itself. Almost getting to the end, y'all. Number 12. Will we have a garden in 2025? Most certainly.
Got a new greenhouse. I gotta put it together.
That was sure a sight to witness.
So this is the greenhouse so far. Made some progress yesterday.
And the task did get completed. Proud of myself. Fall was quickly approaching and I had to make room for my new plans.
But I'm not seeing any beans.
Drumroll please, number 13. What do we plan to do different in 2025? The new garden plans include new raised metal garden beds with a combination of in-ground planting and container gardening. The beds are all in place. There are 7 or 8 of them. I can't remember. And they're being prepared for the spring. We started with cardboard, then leaves, a topsoil and compost, and then more leaves were added. My neighbor actually gave me a whole bunch of yard clippings, which I placed on top and mixed in, and even added a little bit of straw. So those beds are all now covered, and I water them periodically. And the plan is around February, we will uncover them and further amend as needed to get ready for spring. So we moved a few things around and tried to make the garden user-friendly. So this is the new layout. Take a look. I'll speed it up so we don't waste too much more of your time. Oh yeah, now there's a cold frame in this corner. I plan to add a little more decor, and we'll also spruce it up with a few more flowers the next season. And so all in all, the garden will look a little bit more sophisticated and will also be more accessible for us to get at things.
How deep that is.
That is so deep.
So the captain is about to get this all cleaned up. I'm doing my part, and the fall garden is growing. So the best part about all this gardening work is the good and nutritious food that comes along. Now, I ain't the best chef, but I give it the old college try, and it makes me feel accomplished. and just take a look at my grands. I'm able to share gardening with them. This is another seed God has allowed me to sow into their lives.
I got a bunch of labels. So you know how I said I don't label anything. I'm going to try and do better so that when I talk about my plants, I can tell you what they are.
Thank you, T-Nog, for the video format. Bye for now, everybody.